great, but it was won through a season of solid work. Get in there, Lewis. 11 race wins, 2014 world champion. Get in there, Lewis.
That's the greatest moment of my life. Thank you guys so much.
Get in there, Lewis. Awesome race, mate. What absolute fantastic race pace.
I better see you all when I get back. Come on. So grateful to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
you've got pole position.
Cheers. Let's make it count tomorrow.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Isaac Hadjar completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Antonelli, Piastri, Alonso, Leclerc, and Pierre Gasly, Hamilton, Lawson, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Albon, Colapinto, Bottas, Lance Stroll, and Ollie Behrman, Perez, Lindblad, Ocon, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, you know us. Professionals as we are, we don't listen to rumours all the time, just some of the time. And in the case of this driver, I think we were right to listen to those rumours because they were true.
Seems like the rumours are true, Crofty. Now, the good thing is for the driver that if you've potentially signed or had chats with a team that are going to further your career, that's all well and good. But the problem it immediately creates within your own team now is that potentially the team stop giving you inside information, and therefore you're not privy to that knowledge of where the car's going in terms of its future development.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Verstappen behind you now. And Verstappen's behind. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, George, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap.
Yeah, happy.
Oh mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Verstappen behind you now. They're on fresh softs. Time last lap, 1:39.8. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Systems all looking good. Head down.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We couldn't wish for anything better.
We've seen a brilliant display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
And of course, that's now 4 race wins in a row. They've got the momentum now, and it's starting to turn into a bit of a dominance.
There's room for 3 on their podium, but only ever 1 right at the top. Let the celebrations begin. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one. Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche, one of the fastest circuits on the calendar. But let's see who will be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
Let's keep on working. 161.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the Lower Hijaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Leclerc, Russell, Hadjar, Gasly, and Esteban Ocon, Sainz, Perez, Ollie Behrman, and Bottas, Albon, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, and Franco Colapinto, Lawson, Lindblad, Bortoletto, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
Always extra nerves at the start of the race, Crofty. It's probably at the start of the race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation. And you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong? And how do I protect my position? Look forward and stay positive. It's easy to say, very hard to do when you're in that position.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Major front wing damage, box. Okay mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options if you go and check your MFD.
So,
Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to go and check it out.
oh my goodness.
Mate, we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD. Alright, we're last of the running cars right now. Bortoletto ahead. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 4 laps remaining. Okay, George. Right, that front wing damage is going to hurt us. We've really got to look after it now. Let's put everything into protecting that front wing, please.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, so remember, when you get within a second, you'll get access to extra power from the hybrid system in overtake mode. Okay, that wasn't quite what we needed there, I'm afraid, but listen, not to worry, get your head down and chin up, and let's focus for the rest of this race. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Boost mode is available now. Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Let's reset and go again.
You managed that really well, so let's look at it at the data.
And here he comes. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Only three can take to the podium, and here they come. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait. It's a sprint weekend here at the track, and before we can go racing, we need to go qualifying. Who will be on pole for the sprint to come? We're about to find out.
excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Well, that's a little bit better than yesterday.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Antonelli, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso, Hadjar, and Carlos Sainz, Lawson, Albon, Valtteri Bottas, and Perez, Behrman, Colapinto, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Stroll, and Arvid Lindblad rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
Always extra nerves at the start of the race, Scruffy. It's probably at the start of the race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation. And you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong? And how do I protect my position? Look forward and stay positive. It's easy to say, very hard to do when you're in that position.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Right, I know you're hot in the cockpit, but your tyres are going to be even hotter. You're going to have to work extra hard today to keep them cool. Norris is behind you. no rain expected for the time being. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
Come on! Yes! Yes! Woo! Yes, guys! Oh my God.
Well done.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time. Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Yeah, well done.
Welcome to the Magic City. We're here at the Miami International Autodrome, the home of the Hard Rock Stadium, a multi-purpose sports and entertainment hub which has hosted Super Bowls, Baseball World Series, numerous rock concerts, and of course, as of 2022, Formula One. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium, and 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Sainz, Piastri, Hamilton, Behrman, and Alex Albon. Hadjar, Colapinto, Pierre Gasly and Alonso, Ocon, Lindblad, Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, Bortoletto, Stroll, Hülkenberg and Liam Lawson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, mate, radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Andrea's behind you. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, George, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
Yeah, happy.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Come on, team! Come on!
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
It's been a hard afternoon of brilliant racing, but now it's time for some proper celebrations. The podium awaits. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport, and to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.